Warning, the stories you're about to hear are detailed accounts of shenanigans, pranks, and some mistakes that are meant to replicate the sort of discussions that veterans have when they reunite over a cold beverage and do not depict the professional daily actions of the military at large. We hope to make you laugh, but not to disrespect our proud men and women in uniform. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to Cammo Comedy, where we take a humorous look at the lighter side of military service. We got a big show for you today, but before we jump into it, if you like what we're doing here, give us a subscribe, give us a follow, whatever they call it on your podcasting platform. And while you're at it, give us a 5-star rating, write us a review, as that makes us more relevant in the algorithm and boosts the overall visibility of the show. But word-of-mouth advertising is just so powerful, so if you tell some friends, I will love you forever. Okay, let's jump into the show. I am your host, Aaron Wolf. Just as a friendly reminder to everybody in the audience, we put out a new show every single Monday, so make sure you give the notification bell a nice little tap. I love that. We got a loaded show today.
Stop doing that.
Don't tell me how to live. Loaded show. Call sign Dome Piece. Thanks for joining us today.
Great to be here again, as always.
Hell yeah, man. It's great to have you in here. Call sign Cheeks.
Spread cheeks, not hate. And I have to say, it's a little distracting standing here next to Dome Piece because your head is humongous.
Dome Piece.
I'll take that as a compliment.
It's like you're wearing AirPods, but you have the full ear headset on, and I don't really know what I'm looking at right now.
Which head are we talking about here exactly?
Both of them. He's not wearing pants.
Well, we're going to... Hey, man. So... we're going to change up the rotation a little bit today. We have a very special story to start things out. So call sign Cheeks if you want to start us off.
Yeah, this is
the first story today.
This is actually a story from my grandfather, my late grandfather.
Awesome.
He was a Vietnam vet, and he was a bad motherfucker. This dude had 2 Purple Hearts and a Silver Star for Valor back when, like, you didn't just get them for deploying, right?
Right.
Yes.
So this guy got fucking shot, came home, went back, got shot again. Like, he's a bad motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
Well... they're in the Vietnam.
Respect.
Yeah, they're in Vietnam, and he's pulling guard duty of some kind, and he's got his sector fire, and he's observing the black night because there's nothing out there, right? Nothing's lit up, of course. Everything's blacked out.
Yeah.
Well, all of a sudden, they see flares about 500 meters out just shoot up because they had tripwire set up, so they knew when people were coming, right? They didn't have night vision and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, after the first set of flares go at about 500 meters, another set goes at 400 meters. Like, oh shit, hey, load up. Like, it's go time, right? And then they just start tripping faster and faster. Bam, bam, bam. Like 450, 300, 300, or 350, 300, 250, 200.
And just to clarify for anybody in the audience that might not be tracking this, what these trip flares are is to indicate when people are moving through a sector, right? Like if somebody trips over this, you just get a flare that goes up, and that indicates somebody is at that point.
Correct.
Right? And when you're seeing these things get tripped, 1, 2, 3,
you know it's
4,
coming fast.
This looks like an attack is coming hard.
Right.
And they don't give a fuck.
They don't know if it's the Viet Cong soldiers, if they're in vehicles or what. So they're like, fuck it. And they light it up. They just obliterate anything that's out there, right? They're like, all right, cool. The flare stopped.
Yeah, because this is like 60s, 70s. They don't have night vision, like you said. So they're like, we're not taking any chances
It's a threat.
here.
It's a threat. We got to handle it. So they handle business. Next day comes. It was a herd of cows. So they just decimate this farmer's herd of cows, right? Just cows everywhere. And the way I remember it is they made right by the farmer. They paid him like, hey man, we're sorry we destroyed your livelihood.
Right.
But here's some money. And then they had beef that night.
Right. So, nice little treats.
Yeah.
That thing that ended up working out. It is important to note that farmer got paid.
Yes, he did.
So, all right. Well, this story's going back to the 1990s. I just want to point out, we have the most access to Army and Air Force stories, it seems like, although we want stories from all branches of service. So like Navy, Marines, Space Force, Coast Guard, whatever you got, man. We welcome them all. So we just happen to have the most access to Army and Air Force stories.
Yeah.
So anyway, So this story's going back to the 1990s. We have a bunch of Navy sailors, and we got about 5 guys here, and they're in a South American country, and they pull into port. They were given liberty, and they're able to go out onto the town. Now, one of the stipulations is they got a curfew. They got to be back by midnight, right? So just...
You can't leave sailors unattended. They get into trouble.
Yeah.
They do. So these guys had a curfew, and look, they're being responsible. They're out, they're having a good time, they're having a few drinks, and they're also monitoring the time. These guys are all lower enlisted guys, and they're saying, hey, man, it's getting kind of late. Let's call a cab and let's get back, to port so they don't get into trouble. So they get a cab, and all these 5 guys load in there, and the cab driver says to them, hey, I got to stop for gasoline. They're thinking like, all right, hey, cool. We've planned for this. We got enough time to get back.
Don't worry, I'll keep the meter running.
Right.
Yeah, right.
What a dick.
Yeah, right.
Well, what they don't know is filling up in this country is not like filling up in the United States. There's not a gas station like on every other corner, right? This guy had to drive a little bit out of the way. And then once he gets to the gas station, there's a line. And the way it was described is very similar to in the United States during the 1970s when there was a gas shortage. So they're waiting for a while.
So we're not talking like 2-3 cars.
Yeah, there's like 5, 6, 7, 8 cars stacked up, and they've got to wait for each one of these people to refuel, pay, and leave, right? It's not quick moving. So they're starting to freak out a little bit and be like, hey, man, like we're looking at the time, like we got to speed this up. Is there anything we can do? And the cab driver's like, look, man, this is just the deal. Like there's nothing we can do. So they're kind of like, well, maybe we can explain this away. Like it's not our fault.
Yeah.
We needed to stop for gas, and it's not a quick thing. So they're driving their way back to base. The cab driver doesn't know how to fuck to get to this base. So he's kind of driving in the general area of where he knows.
Just aimlessly looking for
driving
water.
along this wall, and all these Navy guys, they're starting to freak out a little bit. They're like, look, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, do you know where the gate is? Like, we've got to get over to the ship, and they're already late at this point. They're like 30 minutes over. So they're finally, they get it. The cab driver doesn't know where the fuck to go, so he's just like, dude, let us out. We'll figure it out, right? So they were driving along this wall that was about, 12, 15-foot brick wall.
Oh, geez.
So they're like, look, as long as we follow this wall, we're going to have to come to a gate. At some point, we'll try to rouse somebody and explain our case and all that kind of stuff. So they're traveling alongside of this wall at this foreign nationals base at night.
Nothing suspicious here.
Nothing to see here.
So... about 10, 15 minutes down the road. And also, they're drunk as fuck, too, by the way. Like, they were out having a good time, right? No. So about 10, 15 minutes into this, they're not coming to any gates. They're starting to freak the fuck out, and they're like, look, let's just jump the fence. Like, we know our ship is back there, but, like, we got to get over there. And being the younger guys are like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like, we got to get over there. Like, we've been trying for the last 20, 30 minutes. We haven't come to any gates yet, so fuck it. So one guy goes over the wall, another guy goes over the wall. One by one, they're jumping over. Right about that time, as one of the guys that was already on the host nation's side of this brick wall, he's helping other guys come over and down. He hears this grunting like, oh, God. Oh, fuck me. So they turn around, and there are 8 host nation MPs with AK-47s just pointed at these guys grunting. And they're like, and they said one of the guys was a huge pussy, and he started freaking the fuck out. He's like, dude, fucking relax. They put their hands up, everything. He says, and he motions that, hey, I got an ID. They don't speak the language, so there's a little bit of a language barrier there, anything like that. So they're able to show the host nation MPs their military ID and say, look, we're lost. And just through like gesturing and stuff, MPs are kind of starting to fucking laugh at them and be like, all right, they're American military guys, they're Navy guys. So they get them hooked up with the liaison who gets them to where they need to go and all that kind of stuff like that. That could have been a way worse issue. Now, they're still late. They get hooked up with their commander who takes some pity on them once they hear the story, and it's kind of like, all right, guys, I think you've been through enough tonight. They and it ends kind of there. They're just like, don't be a dumbass. Like, here's where you come in the base. We got to make sure that people know like how to get in here. So yeah,
I'm picturing like the perspective of the host nation MPs.
Oh, fucking A.
You know that they're like, they see these people coming over and they're like, oh, okay, these are probably Americans, but we're going to fuck with them.
Yeah.
later, Later they're drinking, they're like, what an idiot.
How could you not? You're like, all right. And look, I'll go ahead and speculate here. I don't know this, but they couldn't have been the first people to do this. It sounds like it was a confusing area, and anytime these Navy sailors go out on the town, if it's tricky to get back in, and even like the host nation taxi drivers are not fully briefed on where to go, I'm sure this has probably happened before, and they were probably having a little bit of fun. But still, even from their perspective, like, you can't necessarily take things for granted.
Right.
It's not always necessarily just going to be dumbass Americans that are climbing over a wall.
Yeah, but usually.
Yeah.
Usually it's a dumbass American.
Yeah, for sure.
It happens.
We know in the military, we love to troll each other.
Trolling is awesome.
What better place to do it than a training environment?
Yes.
Okay.
So
See that?
there's a special character who would end up in training environments. He was actually on a training team, but a lot of times you do what you call Op 4 or opposing forces, right?
Okay.
So you'll switch out. You do some training. You'll do some opposing forces.
Sure.
Well, this one particular guy, he used to like to take a poop in precarious places, right?
Okay.
So-
I got to hear more.
So, one of his favorite things to do, where if you know an assault pack for an M249, it's like a plastic container that holds 200 rounds, right?
Okay.
5.56 belt fed.
All right.
Well, it comes in a green bandolier. So every training event, he would write on that bag, free ammo. And then he would take a giant dump in the bag.
You've got to be fucking shitting me. Okay.
What the fuck?
And he was Op 4, right? And he would go hang it like in the area they were training on something so that the people that were training would think, oh, they staged some free ammo for us.
Oh, yeah.
So they would go snatch the bag up and take a look, and there it was, right?
Oh, no.
You get a huge surprise.
The free ammo bag, right? No, it was free something, right?
Oh, no. It's a booby trap.
That's one of the, or a poopy trap.
Oh.
That is one of the greatest trolls of all time, because we all know that military members, they like the free ammo.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Like, you can't, I mean, you're going to look at it. Like, free ammo, like, I'm going to look at it, right?
Let's see.
Well, his best one ever was he's like, hey, guys, I'm going to be back in a minute.
Yeah.
He strolls off. He's gone for, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. Comes back, and, we all wear a T-shirt underneath uniform.
Right.
He comes back with a half shirt.
Oh, like a belly shirt?
Yeah, like a belly shirt.
Britney Spears in it?
He was also known to get naked, so I mean, like, this wasn't out of character,
You're like,
but
all
you're
right.
kind of like,
That's a weird way to strip.
like you left with a full T-shirt, you came back with a half T-shirt, so like, do tell, right?
Go on.
you got to have more information here.
So come to find out, in the training area, they had an abandoned armor personnel carrier to help with like seeing the set.
Targeting,
Yeah, right? And he went and climbed up in there and dropped a big old deuce right on the driver's seat of this APC in the training area.
Just a hot fudge dragon.
Yes.
Just right there on the front seat.
Fudge dragon?
Yeah, you never heard that? No. Oh, God.
And
Chocolate rag doll.
Oh, God, stop it.
There was some chocolate rag dolls left, and that was the bottom half of his shirt.
Oh, God, that's gross. So this guy improvised toilet paper.
Yes.
Used half of his shirt. Like, that's just amazing. I love that.
That must have been a messy shit.
Yeah.
A half a T-shirt?
Well, days worth of MREs, I guess.
Hell yeah, man.
Oh, God. Oh, that's awesome. So the next one has a little bit of poop in it too, actually. So
We like some poop.
yeah, so these are infantrymen. Imagine that. So these guys are in the Middle East somewhere. They're running missions, and there wasn't a lot of hot water, obviously. You know what I mean?
Right.
They'd basically have these tanks up, and the sun would heat the water tank, and that's the hot water you'd get for if you had to shower
5
after.
seconds.
Yeah, for 5 seconds after you shower or after you're at the gym or after mission or something like that. Well, the people that were working on the base,
Right.
and they weren't allowed to use the showers that were dedicated for the soldiers.
Okay.
They had their
Safety concern.
yeah, and they had their own area. Like they had their own showers and toiletry areas and stuff like that. So like they had a place to go.
Got it.
Well,
Yeah.
this particular squad of infantrymen would always shower at the same time. You'd go to the mission, you'd get back, you'd go to the gym together, and they'd be like, fuck it, let's have squad shower night. And that's what these guys would call it. And they would chant this as they're going to the
So hang on. It's like, squad shower night! Squad shower night! Squad shower night! As they're like marching down.
Yes.
Okay.
Like little ducklings following each other, right? Well, they would go in, and it turned out that these local nationals ended up using their showers, right? And they would soak up all the hot water, and they're like, what the fuck? This is for us. You guys know better. Like, stop doing that.
Right.
And they here's where the poop comes in. Well, these local nationals, and I can't blame them because they're conserving water, but these guys would shit in the shower to conserve water, and then they would waffle stomp it into the drain.
What kind of fucked up athlete's foot does poop give you? All I got to say is I've been shot at and missed and shit at and hit.
Yes, old COB. Love it.
Yes.
Shout out to COB.
Hell yeah. Fucking love that guy. So they continue this for weeks on end, right? And they got so fed up with it, they started just slinging the curtains open when they would come into the shower. And they'd be like, yo, get the fuck out. So they would just kick these local nationals up, like, yo, you know better. And they would just like, yo, get your wet ass out of here. Stop shitting in our drains, right?
Yeah.
Well, it got to the point where they would come in and like, cool, showers are empty because they got the hint. They're like, okay, squad shower night. It's at this time. Like, don't fuck with squad shower night, right? So these guys come in one time chanting, squad shower night, and there's one shower that's on when they come in.
Yeah.
They sling it open. And it's a contractor from like Scotland or England or something. He just turns around and goes, squad shower night?
He's all about it.
They all cheer. They're like, fuck yeah. They're all high-fiving. He's like, gives the thumbs up.
Yes.
And that guy joined squad shower night. He was part of the squad.
Hey, you heard about that on the other side of base and wanted to party.
Fuck yeah.
You guys are starting to buzz.
Yeah.
So are shower curtains allowed?
No, so that was
squad shower night.
So that was the other thing. They were telling this story is that when they would have squad shower night so that they could make sure nobody was coming in, everybody had to have their shower curtains open. And the way that they described the shower stall was all the showers were on one wall, sinks were on the opposite wall with the mirrors, right? Everybody going to shave and stuff like that. So they would communicate by being naked and looking through the mirrors at each other. Because infantrymen have no boundaries, right? There's boundary issues.
Established on the show that infantry people have some boundary issues.
Squad shower night. We should start doing squad shower night.
It's an effective way to police pooping in the shower.
Fact.
Don't poop in the shower. That's gross. I don't care who you are.
But if your water bill's high, waffle stomp that shit.
It's
still gross.
It's apparently an effective way to invite other people from across the base.
Oh yeah, man.
I fucking love it.
Play us out? I don't know what that means to play us out. What do you mean, in the show? All right, fuck it. We'll do it live. Hey, thanks for checking out the Cammo Comedy Show Podcast. If you like what we're doing here and you want to participate in this community, there are many different ways that you can contribute. First and foremost, tell somebody about the show. Word of mouth advertising is very powerful, and we really appreciate you for helping us out. If you have any funny military stories of your own or know somebody who does, with their permission, of course, you can contribute those stories via email at stories@cammocomedy.com. That's stories, STORIES, at CAMMOCOMEDY.com. Or if you're not too good at the internets, drop us a voicemail at area code 531-222-6146. That's area code 531-222-6146. That's right, we're giving away our phone number. We want funny military stories from all eras. So if you're not from a generation that's heavily online, we don't want there to be a barrier for participation. We have a lot of big plans for this show and building this community to support veterans. We will announce here soon, so stay tuned. All right, I'm going to go have a nice spicy bowl of chili. Later.